And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another of our live from around the world. And we are here as every weekend on my page with my business partners here. Some for the first time, maybe today, some familiar faces. But we are coming here to share with you about our business, about to talk of different themes, different ideas, but around how to start your own online business and how to be successful of it. And today we'll talk about the cost of waiting and why we think that, delaying your dreams, it's actually most expensive than starting today, even if you feel you are not ready, you don't have a full plan, or you don't know exactly what next step is. We are here to help you and to share with you how we started, how we took that first step that we know it's hard for everyone. But before we go into that, let's see who we have here today. So we'll do a quick round of intro and I'll start. I'm Dana. I'm coming live from Ontario, Canada, where I've been living for over 22 years with my family. Originally, I'm from Romania and bună ziua, bună seara, dragi români, și dacă sunteți aici la emisiunea asta în limba engleză, vă invit și lunea la ora 5:30, ora Canadei, la o versiune în română în care vorbim despre aceeași oportunitate de a-ți începe afacerea ta online, fără să ai experiență anterioară sau fără să ai cunoștințe tehnice. Totul este prin intermediul social media. Yeah, so that was for my Romanians. And I still have my full-time job. I work in IT. I'm managing projects and people. And for the past 2 years or so, I'm also managing my own online business, same like everyone here. And that's what we'll talk more about it today. So that's about me. Let's go to Kim. Good morning, Kim. Good to see you.
Good morning, Dana. Good morning, ladies. Good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are. So I'm just going to introduce myself a little bit for whoever doesn't know me. My name is Kim. I'm originally from Vietnam and currently living in Ontario, Canada for over 40 years now with my family. I'm a mom, a wife, and I'm an IT professional full-time, but I'm also doing this business part-time. So, hello mọi người, mình tên là Kim và mình đang sinh sống cùng chồng và một cô con gái ở Canada cũng trên 40 năm rồi. Công việc chính của mình là làm trong lĩnh vực IT, nhưng mà bây giờ mình cũng đang làm cái kinh doanh số cho bản thân mình và cho gia đình của mình. Thank you very much. Back to you, Dana.
Thank you, Kim. And let's go to UK. Dr. Lina, good to see you again. Good afternoon.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you, Dana, again to join you. Again, it's really a pleasure with all these lovely ladies across the globe. So, namaste everyone. माझं नाव डॉक्टर लीना आहे. मैं डॉक्टर लीना हूँ और मैं ओरिजिनली मुंबई इंडिया से हूँ और पिछले 25 सालों से मैं यूके में रहती हूँ मेरे फॅमिली के साथ, मेरे बेटे के साथ और हस्बंड के साथ. मी मुंबईहून आहे ओरिजिनली आणि मी आता युके मध्ये स्थायिक आहे गेली 25 वर्ष माझ्या फॅमिली सोबत. मी एक पब्लिक हेल्थ कन्सल्टंट आहे. आणखीन मी पण ह्या सर्व आज माझ्या पॅनल मधल्या मेंबर्स बरोबर इथे चर्चा करायला आलेली आहे, आमचे थॉट्स आणि एक्सपिरियन्स शेअर करायला की हा बिझनेस कसा आम्ही सुरू केला आणि वेगवेगळ्या प्रोफेशनल बॅकग्राऊंड्सचे पण इथे लोक ह्या बिझनेसमध्ये कसे सक्सेसफुल होत आहेत. So that's me. I'm a public health consultant based in the UK for last 25 years, originally from Mumbai. And I'm really happy again to connect this weekend with this lovely panel. Back to you, Dana.
Thank you, Lina. And Maria, welcome. Your first time joining us here. Good afternoon. Good to meet you. Do you want to introduce yourself? And you have to unmute.
This team, and I'm a medical doctor, a wife, and a mother. I'm originally from Republic Democratic of Congo, and I live currently in South Africa. And I am so happy to be in your midst. And I'm going to speak in French. Bonjour tout le monde. Je suis contente d'être partenaire dans ce business. Je suis dans ce business il y a de cela une année, quelques mois. Et j'ai vu en Afrique du Sud, vous savez, je suis d'origine congolaise. Et dans ce business, vous serez vraiment ravis de voir ce que ça nous offre comme opportunité. Même à Lingala, mbote bandeko nanga, naza ndeko na bino congolaise, nasepeli kosala business oyo, eza vraiment na ba-opportunité ya kitoko bokosepela. Thank you very much. Back to you, Dana.
Thank you, Maria. Two doctors in the house today. Let's go back to England, Lorna. Good to see you. Good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon, and thank you, Diana, for having me here. My name is Lorna, and I'm a senior carer. Lived in UK. I'm almost 4 years now. So I am a single mom of 3, and tinofara kuve pakati pevamwe mabusiness partners angu vandiri kushanda navo vari kunzvimbo dzakasiyana siyana. As you can see kuti business redu can happen anyway, uri kwese kwese kwauri, you can do what you are able to do. I'm full-time working, and I'm doing this business as my side, my plan B, to make sure I get stability in life. So as we were taught in mwana kuzaja, so as we were taught kuti tinofana kushanda nemaoko edu, I've grown into that. Saka pese pese pandiri, I make sure I have something alongside which carries me along the way. So I'm happy to be in the panel of these beautiful ladies. We'll share our experiences together and we'll grow together. Thank you so much. Back to you, Diana.
Thank you, Lorna. And let's go back to Canada, or come back to Canada. Abigail, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And thank you again, Dana, for always making this possible. You are so awesome. Gratitude to you. Hi, my name is Abigail. I'm originally from South Africa, currently living here in Canada. So yes, I come from the aviation industry, 20 years. I've worn different hats. So it was tough, but I made it in those 20 years. And dumelang bakgetho, ka lebitso ke Abigail, ke tswa ke le South Africa, currently ke dula Canada. Sanbonani, Abusheni, Huye More. Good evening. Yes, in South Africa, we've got 11 official languages. So we mix languages in between. In one sentence, we can speak Zulu, we can speak English, and it makes sense if you understand us. Ke le moagi wa South Africa, ke dula mo Canada. So Canada for better opportunities and then life. When you are an immigrant, normally how you are eager to start. You just want to earn money because of life. You need to start. You need to be able to send money back home. But whatever that you are given, you just take. So I came across this online business in my vulnerability. I was so vulnerable. I was in my lowest point. And then when I came across this business, so it wasn't easy. I started even when I was shaky. So yes, back to you, Dana. Thank you.
Thank you, Abigail. And staying in Canada for now, Vantika, good morning.
Good morning. Good afternoon, good evening, whoever watching us from around the globe. Thank you for having me, Dana. And this is always a wonderful experience to be with these lovely ladies. My name is Abantika. I live in Toronto, Canada for almost 19 years. I live here with my family, and originally I am from India, Kolkata, and I'm working full time with the government in the legislative services, but at the same time, I'm also running this online digital business. And definitely, I'm a proud digital business owner. It's a wonderful experience to be connected with this global community all the time. So stay tuned if anybody is more interested to know more about it. We are going to discuss more in detail. And in my own language, quickly, নমস্কার, আমার নাম অবন্তিকা, আমি কলকাতা ইন্ডিয়া থেকে, কিন্তু আমি টরন্টো কানাডায় 19 বছর আছি। আমি এখানে আমার ফ্যামিলির সাথে আছি, সরকারের সাথে ফুল টাইম কাজ করছি, তার সাথে আমি পাশাপাশি অ্যাজ আ প্ল্যান বি এই অনলাইন ডিজিটাল বিজনেসটা করছি। আর এর সাথে সাথে অনেক কিছু আমরা শিখছি, এবং এটা একটা পোটেনশিয়াল বিজনেস যেটা কিনা আমাদের একটা স্ট্রিম বি হিসেবে উপার্জন করতে সাহায্য করে। আপনারা যদি কেউ ইচ্ছুক থাকেন আমার সাথে যোগাযোগ করবেন, আমি আপনাদের সাহায্য করব এই ব্যাপারে। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ, ডেনা, ব্যাক টু ইউ।
Thank you, Abantika. And closing the introductions today is Ola. Good afternoon, good morning, good to see you.
Hey everyone, good morning from my sides, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Dana, for all your efforts. Hello everybody, my name is Olawumi Adedokun, originally from Nigeria, by the grace of God, based in US, precisely California. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I'm a healthcare worker, and I'm doing my business on the side. And it is pleasure, and I'm happy to be here today with my people and my business owners as well. So I will say this one in my language quick. Ẹ káàárọ̀ gbogbo èèyàn mi, ẹ ti ń wò wá nílé lóko, a ti wà lórí ìlàlẹ́ ní láti bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ bísínẹ́sì wa yìí. Ẹ tẹ́tí lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Back to you, Dana. Thank you.
Thank you, Ola, and thank you everyone for being here and sharing from your story and your experience. And for those people that are watching us and maybe still not sure like what this business is about, what these ladies are talking about, let me do a quick overview. What we do, why we are here, is because we help people launch their own online business using the same system that we use. It's a proven system. It's designed to work for anyone, regardless of their skill set, age, or location. You can see here today we are people from, health, from IT, from aviation, from government, and still we are all running the business in parallel with our job, in parallel with raising families. How is this possible? Well, it's because this is like an online franchise. It gives you everything that you need. It gives you a step-by-step video training that you can watch at any time. You are available up to depending on your life and your situation. It gives you a whole system, all the tool, all the technical stuff. You don't need to figure out by yourself anything. You don't need to invent it. You don't need to have any technical experience. And it gives you a support network. That's what I think is the most important part, because you get your own mentor, you get a coach, but also you get to be part of an amazing community where everyone is on their own journey, but everyone is supporting each other, encouraging. You see us coming here every weekend to share our story, different people. So we are a very close-knit, very active community. We have a lot of internal groups, depending on maybe your background or your age or your interest. You can always find different groups that you can be part of, that you feel that you relate more than with the biggest group of, over 250,000 now. And while you get all of this as part of this system, you still maintain full control. You are your own boss. You decide how to register your business, depending on which part of the world you live, right? You need to follow those rules. You decide, depending on your situation, how you do your taxes at the end of the year, how much you pay on the taxes, and all of that, right? So it is your business. It is your very small business, but you get to be part of something much bigger that's changing lives every single day. We do have very high quality products. We don't talk much about them because it's the business model that's the one changing lives. and there is no selling or inventory involved, so you don't really get to have to go to all that trouble that involves when it comes to a product, right? And the business can be run from anywhere in the world. You can run it from your, backyard, from your bedroom, or when you are on vacation. It's all done through social media. As long as you have, that internet connection and a phone or a laptop, you can have your business running. And again, the very good part is you don't have to, once you start, you don't have to learn for a couple of years before you start your business, because it's such an amazingly well done system. You can still learning where your business is running. So in a week or so, you can have your business running. You can start making money as fast as that, while you still learn and figure out what the business is. Because if you'll have to wait until you know everything, you may never wait. And that's what we'll talk today, how you can start without knowing everything, without, having the perfect plan, or without waiting for that perfect time. I don't have time right now. The kids are too young. I'm too busy at work, all those excuses. So we'll talk more today about how you can start and how, it costs you more to wait for that perfect time than starting today, right now, exactly where you are, with exactly what you have in this moment, no matter who you are. And talking about that, Kim, maybe if you want to share with us, why do you think, looking back from when you started, maybe your business, let me see, I look. What's almost stopped you from starting?
Yeah, that's that's a very good question, Dana. Well, when I was looking back, what really almost stopped me from starting my business was the upfront investment. Even though it was a small amount compared to, opening a coffee shop or a restaurant, but it came at the worst possible time for me. So I had just been laid off after 25 years in IT, right? I have no income coming in. So I just kept asking myself, should I really have to invest in this business right now, right? And I almost wait until I have to find another job. But then I kind of realized that just putting myself back into the same cycle again, like depending on another employer, I really don't want to do that. I really want something different. Like I want to have like a backup plan that I actually own and I can be my own boss, right? So waking up with no alarms, working from wherever I want, and just have more time for my family and take care of my health and travel without asking permission. So looking back, like investing in myself was one of the best decisions that I ever made. I have to open two credit cards to be able to, pay the upon investment. But I decided I really want to do it. And, we all invest in our education, right? Our homes, our cars. So why not? Why wouldn't we invest in building an income producing asset, right? That has the potential to change our future. So, yeah, my advice to this, to every one of you who's listening to our lives or will be listening to our replay, if you still have your full-time job, you actually in the one of the best positions to build your plan B. Use your job to fund your business while you still have that steady income. Don't wait until life forces you to find another option, just like myself. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Back to you, Dana.
Thank you, Kim. Oh yes, it's such a good example of, if you are looking for a job and someone says, hey, you need a car to do this job, and you don't have a car, you wouldn't think for a second to go and invest a couple of tens of thousands of dollars in a car. But then if someone says, hey, you need to invest a small amount to start your business, like it's a real business, right? It's not one of those. It's like, yeah, zero start and you have a business. Come on, let's be serious. Everyone will have a business if you can start a business with no investment of time or money. Then you'll think, oh, I don't know, if I have money to invest in my business, in myself, right? So I think it takes a lot of courage in a way, but also maybe a bit introspection to know what you want for yourself. And if you want to make a change, then you need to make an effort. But you had a very good point, right? Don't wait until you don't have any income coming to make that decision, because it's much harder. But I'm glad that didn't stop you, right? That shows that you are decided to make a change, and that's the rest is history, how they say, right? Then you figure it out. The God, the universe provides you when you are strong enough to make the what's needed for yourself, right? Lina, talking with you, was there a moment when you realized that, hey, I don't want to wait because that cost me more than taking the action now?
Thank you, Dana. A very interesting question, and it made me reflect back on the time period when I was really absolutely in a dilemma in terms of what I wanted for my future and how it looked like, and my visualization of what I was like looking for in my future life. And I would say, actually, Dana, the perfect moment never comes. For me, it was a period of time over which I had this realization, that there's never going to be a perfect moment for you. And, being successful, being responsible, but yet we realize that our time and energy, they are finite, and we need to make the most of it. But I will share a moment or a period of time which actually really made me sit up and think about why I wanted to change things and what I wanted differently. So I've said I'm a public health doctor by background. And a few years ago, as everybody will probably remember, but probably rather forget, is the period during the pandemic. And I was extremely busy at that time in at work. My son was preparing for university, so he really needed my help in terms of guiding him for his future. He was really confused at that point, and I didn't have enough time because I was actually leading a very large team which was working internationally with many international partners, and we had a big program of work to do during the pandemic. At the same time, my family, my parents were not well in India, and I was really feeling stretched in all directions because I needed to be there for work and for my public health kind of like is my passion. I needed to be there for my family, for my son, and guide him. And it was a very vulnerable period for him in terms of deciding what he wanted to do with his life. And he wanted to do medicine, which is a very competitive process for applying to university and so on. And at the same time, feeling that sense of responsibility and also like worry as well for my parents. And that period really made me think, what if I had something where I was not bound by seeking permission or having to work if I did really want to slow down. It was the first time in my life that I felt like I needed to look for something which doesn't tie me down to a desk, or which doesn't tie me down in terms of like my income or my salary being dependent on me being present, and that I could continue with my responsibilities comfortably. And I remember, the one of the famous authors, Malcolm Gladwell. I haven't read his full book, but I do remember some of the key points from that book, Tipping Point. And I think what the message in that book, as I know, is that shifts or transformations, they don't happen suddenly in one moment. Actually, it is the small decisions, the small change, the small actions, or maybe your small thoughts over time that actually lead you to where you want to be. And I think the same thing happened with me during that period. And that was what made me realize that actually I needed to look for some other option, because otherwise I will be stuck in that cycle of like having to work, long hours, full time until my retirement to actually be able to live, the life I wanted fully. And I think that's probably something that I would say in closing as a message to people who are watching us, is that the perfect moment never arrives. So don't ignore the small thoughts or niggles that come to your mind where you might be thinking, oh, I actually really want to change my life. Because if you push that thought away, then what we are discussing here, what will happen if you did take that small step in a year's time? Where will you find yourself, next summer? And I think just one more point, and most of us here, like all of us here on this panel, are women. And I think that, of course, it's a very beautiful thing to bring up our family and raise children. But I think we should also not forget that looking after ourselves and our needs is probably the best gift we can do for our, family, give our family. And I think it's not wrong to think about ourselves and our family's future. And that's what I think I decided after actually a very successful career, very demanding yet very fulfilling career. At the same time, that's kind of like, those thoughts that went through my mind, the experience of burnout that I had, that feeling of being pulled in all directions that I had during that period, these were all small things that actually led me to finding this beautiful business and starting this beautiful journey as a business owner. And today I'm here with all these wonderful people who each have their own unique stories. But that's what I would say, Dana. Back to you. It's never a perfect moment, so never wait for that. Just take action today.
Thank you, Lena. Oh, yeah. The cost of waiting can be very costly, right? Like you said, you don't have options to spend time with your family, to take care of aging parents. And unfortunately, sometimes it can be too late when you get that time, right? So that's the cost where we are talking here, right? The cost of not having options and not being able to spend the time with the loved ones. And then by the time you have that time to spend with them, they may not be around, or like kids are growing so fast. By the time you have time to spend with them, they may not want to spend time with you because they are already gone. And so it's a very costly thing to look back, and unfortunately we cannot turn time, right? So that's why we are talking today about taking action today, make a change today. And Maria, if I'll ask you, if you want to share with us, if you had waited, let's say, another year to start your business, how you think your life would be different today?
Thank you, Dana, for the question. It's very important, especially for my profession. When I joined this business, it was when I lost my job. So if I had waited for 1 year again, I could have lost something very important, because the business, digital business and medical, it was not going together. I wanted to wait, but since I didn't wait, I didn't lose something very important, which is time. Because that time that I joined the business until now, from that time until now, I have learned a lot of things. So if I waited, I could have lost this learning step. I have moved from not knowing anything to technology. Today, I can use the social media, something that I was not doing. I remember even when I was still working, once I saw one of our specialists posting on Facebook. I was just surprised and speaking with my colleague. I say, how can he advertise about his practice on the social media? So for me, it was strange. But since I joined this business, I'm learning, I'm growing, and also all of you, I could have not known you. So I'm building a great relationship. I remember one day also I was doing live on my business page. I was telling my audience that I'm no more afraid to travel in any country. Since I'm in this business, I have my business partner everywhere in the world. So is a best things that I've gained. I didn't, and also another thing that I've gained since, if I could have lost, is to be who I am today, speaking on social media and what can I say, technology, the website. For me, when I had in the past website, I could not think about what I know about it today. Today, I can explain what is website to my colleague, doctors, to my husband, to my daughter. There's things that for me, it was not in my world. So I'm congratulating myself for not waiting, for taking a step to learn, to grow, and to become who I am today. So, what I can just advise to someone who's sitting there watching, asking himself if he can do what I'm doing today, is don't wait, because in our human big minds, usually we used to think you need to be confident before to do something. In my case, like I have been saying, I didn't know anything about technology. I was not tech savvy. I came, my mother, if she could be part of this live, she could have been commenting. She was laughing at me, telling me, what did you know about technology? I was telling her only PowerPoint, Word, presenting for the clinical cases. All these other things I didn't know. I gave her tough time. But today, myself, I can train other people on how to use technology and to create their website, all those things. So I'm so excited for this. Thank you, is what I could have said for now.
Thank you, Maria, for sharing with us. Yes, the truth is the right time doesn't wait. A year from now will come regardless if you do something today or not, right? So the calendar keeps moving. The question is, do you move with it or you are getting stuck, right? And yes, you share some great things that, or costs that, right? Opportunities like growing confidence, experience, grow, right? And especially the months, the time that you'll never be able to get back, right? So if you have another year, your life will look totally different. And that's what we are talking today, right? On how costly can be to just stay where you are. And we know it's not easy to decide to make a change, to get outside of your comfort zone, but staying there, staying stuck where you know how it is, and it's definitely more costly. But talking about fears, Abigail, if you want to share with us, what fear kept you stuck the longest and how did you overcome it?
I thank you, Dana. That's a good question. What kept me stuck was the fear of me being seen, the fear of truly being seen, not the polished version of me, but the vulnerable one. People connect with you when you are at your vulnerable state because they see themselves in you. So this was the fear of me being seen by the public, me being judged. So because of, I was afraid of going out there and be seen in public so that people will be able to understand. Just helping one person is a small win, but at least starting this business, you are able to help someone who needs it, because of being seen meant people could being seen. You know, I'm always vulnerable and I'm always scared because of and this is what this business is teaching me. Every time when I go live, I develop some butterflies in my stomach. So the vulnerability, you know, you can start where you are, not knowing anything. My doubts kept me they kept me down. my slow progress. I was afraid for people to see my slow progress, my mistakes, and as I always make mistake, and I'm in the learning curve. In this business, we learn every day. My humanity as well. That's what kept me down, because of I'm afraid of anything that comes my way. So how I overcame this, I started scared, and I'm still scared, and I'm still shaky. Every time I'm so shaky, but I chose myself because of I felt ready. I have to overcome this for me to succeed, for me to live a better life, for me to have freedom that I wanted. I still wanted to travel more. I had to get out of my comfort zone. That what kept me. That what push me to do this business. That was that kept me going. So yes, I'm scared. Yes, anybody can do this, even at your scary point. You don't have to be tech savvy to start this business. You don't have to know everything at once. You just have to start, because of this is your time. Whoever or wherever where you listening from or watching from, this is the right time to start. You can see me, I'm still shaky and I'm vulnerable, but I'm giving myself to the public. I'm giving myself out there. There's a lot of people in this community. We are global. At the beginning, I didn't know Dr. Maria. I didn't know Lorna, but we are in our small group, a study group. So we've got, as Dana has already indicated, that yes, this is a community, a global community, but within the community, we've got different groups. Yes, that's how I got to know Dr. Maria and Lorna. Back to you, Dana. Thank you.
Thank you, Abigail. And let me say, you don't need to say, girl. You are doing great. And I know that's who you are, right? And you cannot change. But yes, I love your vulnerability, right? And that's what makes you real. That's why people will relate with. Because it's like, oh, yeah, I'll probably be shaking if I'll start, right? So if she can do it, why I cannot do it? So I hope for all of you watching us, you realize that the biggest risk isn't starting and failing and shaking. The biggest risk is never starting anything at all because of that fear, right? And we are here to share with you how we started, how we still shake, maybe a month, maybe a year, maybe 2 years since we started, but taking action and choosing to take action over waiting for the perfect time or waiting for the time when I'll feel so confident. And we are all so grateful and proud that we did it, proud of ourselves, proud of the people that are around us. And talking about those groups and community, I think I was watching recently a show where they are saying it's like, if you are surrounded by people who are running, even if you cannot run, you'll start see yourself moving. So that's, it's so true, right? If everyone around you is choosing action and is doing something for themselves every day, you will find yourself that you want to do the same, and you'll find yourself empowered and inspired to keep moving and learning and growing and helping others. So that's the power of being part of a community, and that's what we'll share here, because we are all part of this amazing community. Yes, it's a business, but first, before being a business, it's an amazing group of people who want something more for their lives and changing other people's lives every single day. But so let's see, Lorna, after all this, why do you think so many women still wait until they think they will be ready?
Thank you, Diana. And that is a very good question. I also had that problem before I started. The first time I saw the advert, I waited for a year before I joined. Because I thought, because the first time I was introduced and shown the videos, I was excited. But that what if I fail? What if I don't make it? What if I'm not tech savvy? What if I cannot learn these things as I've grown up? What if something along the way goes the other direction? That means you will never be ready. You will never be ready until you take the first step to go into something. That's when you start learning small steps each day by day, you will learn. And that's when you get ready. But if you continue staying outside, not believing in yourself, and not telling yourself, I can do this. If this one is doing it, I can also try. That's the mindset that every woman should have. Not what if, what if it goes the other way. There's never a time when someone feels ready. We are not even ready. Even if we know that there is death coming, we are never ready. Even if you are a mother in labor, you know I have to go through this, but you will never be ready. You will never be ready. You will never be ready because every experience is different from one another. Me, I might say I'm ready today, but tomorrow something comes along the way. I'm not ready for that. So readiness, you take it along the way. You learn each and every day, and you keep going, you keep going, you keep going. That's when there's no way you can feel ready for anything in this life. You just have to be bold enough and take that courage and take the first step. Because like in the business, you will learn as you go. Because as for me, for example, I wasn't even tech savvy. I only used to use WhatsApp. Every other platforms were something new to me. Even my kids used to encourage me, Mama, go Facebook. I say, no, if you can talk to me on WhatsApp, why should I go to Facebook? Because I wasn't ready to go to Facebook. But through the trainings, the step-by-step training, you get the courage, you know how to navigate, and even to be like, I was very shy to be on camera, even posting my pictures. I was shy to do it because I wasn't ready. But now at least I'm in it. So I'm starting to be ready, going step by step, step by step, learning each day and growing together with this lovely community because everything is given on a silver platter. So it just needs you to just take that bold step and just learn because in this life we learn every day. There's no one who knows it all in the whole universe. Everyone is learning. So don't feel that there will be a time when you are ready. No, you will never have that readiness because something new will come up because the world is evolving and everything is becoming new and new and new every day. So be ready yourself, prepare yourself, just come out of your comfort zone and start going. Thank you, and back to you, Diana.
Thank you, Lorna. I love your energy. Yes. Being ready, it's one step at a time. Every day you become a bit more ready. And you are never fully ready because, as you very well said, right? There is always something new that's coming that it's still something new to learn. So you are not ready for it. But getting outside of your comfort zone, one a bit more every single day, it's what makes it easy and what makes you realize that you'll never be ready, and that's fine, that's okay. We are all like that. We all learn every day, and you get to get that feeling that I'm good enough, I'm ready enough to do something new every day. You don't have to have the um, plan or everything aligned. It's enough to know the next step, and that's all you need in order to move forward, right? Bentika, we talked about what people lose if you don't start today. Let's talk about one opportunity that you gain because you decided to start when you did.
Thank you, Dana. Yes, that's a very good question. And I would like to say that one of the greatest opportunity I gained by starting this online business, which I believe even money cannot buy, which is experience. So I realized that waiting for that perfect time, that would only delay my progress. So that's why by taking the action as early as possible, I was able to learn through the real life experience, instead of doing the endless research. Yes, definitely, I did some research before I take my first step, but that that could be even infinite, right? So that's why I really did not want to delay that long, because when I joined, every challenge that actually became a lesson, and that helped me to improve my skills in all these, like sales, branding, customer service, how to connect with your leads. So these are all I learned after joining this. So starting early also gave me another opportunity to establish an online presence, and that helped me to build a trust with my audience, right? So over the time, when I formed a valuable relationship with my leads, with my mentor, with my coach, and also with other entrepreneurs, right? Like as this panel. That also opened a door for how to connect with the people, how to collaborate, and at the same time, I personally built more confidence, more knowledge about this online opportunity. So that's why I think if I would wait for a longer time, I would lose this opportunity, because none of us we are perfect, right? So we learn and we grow, and that's the best part of this online business. Uh, One more thing I would say that one of the thing which I learned, that as we know, that what if that never helped us. So because of I joined early, that also gained my confidence that comes from taking action, like exactly what I'm going to do. I was not really 100% confident. I didn't know how to do that. But I think that before taking that, like after taking the action, that helped me to solving the real problem. And I learned how to connect with your own people, how to make your own community. So I think that's one of the biggest opportunity that I gained a lot of experience after joining this online business. Thank you, Dana. Back to you.
Thank you, Avantika. Yes, and people, like, there are researches and research is done that people regret more the opportunities that they didn't take than the mistake that they made while trying, right? So the greatest cost isn't even if you fail, it's more you keep going with what if I started, right? What if I have made that choice last year or 5 years ago, right? Imagine planting a tree today. In a year, it will be already growing, right? The same is true for learning a new skill, building a business, right? Time passes anyway, regardless if you plant that seed or not. This time next year, someone who starts today will learn a new thing. They will have already a build online presence, right? They will have a business. They will have an additional income stream, right? And the biggest difference is just that they decided to begin something today. Not that they had more experience, not that they were more ready. It's that decision that, yes, I'm ready to start. As imperfect, as unready I am, I will start today. That's the only difference. And but to make that step, to decide that for yourself, you need to have something. You need to believe in yourself. You need to have a good reason to start, right? It doesn't come out of nowhere, the decision that, yes, I want to start today. So closing it today's panel, Ola, if I ask you, how has your confidence changed since taking that first step? Can you hear me, Ola?
Oh yeah, it was breaking. Oh God. If not that you brought the question out, I wouldn't know that it's mine. Thank you.
Okay.
It was breaking. Thank you. Thank you.
So do you want to share with us, please?
Yes. How has My confidence changed. Yes, how has my confidence changed since I've taken this first I've taken the first step? Dana, I bless God that brought this business my way. Hmm. I bless God because whosoever that is in this business should thank God. They don't, I don't think we really appreciate what God has done for us. If you are in this business, every one of us, or whosoever that is here, you are in this business, thank God, because He purposely brought it your way to bless you, to change you, to give you a higher level in life. Then I never thought there's any way in life outside whatever schedule one is doing in life, 9 to 5, 7 to 7, whatever schedule. I never knew that there's another way that one can be blessed or be rich outside that. Oh, work for 50 years, work for 40 years, work for whatever years, and go home. We're talking about retirement. You go home to go and die because we've exhausted you. We've used the good part of you. In fact, there's nothing left for you than to go home and die. And they will be giving us them that are retired such in a such way peanuts. They call retirement benefit. Well, there's no benefit out there. The benefit is here where we are. This is where the benefit is. Okay, let me share a little story. So as I said, I don't think of other way. So I was doing my job. To the glory of God, I was able to have a child at my age 52. When I was 52, God blessed me with a child. I've never had a child before. So that swapped me off balance. The baby in my hand, the job out there. So I don't know. The fear gripped me. Am I going to leave baby, this angel that God gave me, and go out there that I said I want to walk? So the fear gripped me, and I was like, hey God, what do I do? I think I need something that will help me while I'm home to take care of my baby and at the same time making money. I just said it casually with mindset of okay, I will look into it. But the day when God wanted to bless me with this business, I was on YouTube looking out for something different. I was just looking out for my normal video watch. Those of them out there that are doing the system of going to see what other people are doing, you are just wasting away your time because there's opportunity for you to make money. So I was there, and you know how ad normally pump up, and the ad pump up. It's unlike me. I will click it away, but this one I was quietly patient and I listened to the ad. Hey, God, I said, this is kind of thing I want. And I click on it. Dana, my mind never skip or avoid. And I click on it, I listen to it, and I follow it to the end. Do you believe that instantly I make 149 payment? Hmm. Bam, I don't know. My spirit was just saying, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. And I paid the 149. See, Dana, that is me. I don't have dime. I don't have any money in my account. That sort of money for me to start the business, I don't have it. But do you know what I did? I go ahead and I use my credit card. I don't have the money, I don't have it, but I just have this confidence in me that go ahead. That is it. And ever since I've joined this business, Jesus is Lord. In fact, oh my goodness, Dana, it has changed everything in me. My thinking, my looking, my reaction, my action. In fact, when I see people out there, I don't know. I feel like, hey, come and be blessed because this is a way of blessing. We thought we are doing something simple. No, you are building a legacy. Anytime there was instantly in early stage, every one of us we are like shaking, afraid. Hey, this is not what I think. My mentor, my coach, or anybody we think they are doing us good. No, God bless us through them. They are not doing us good, but God brought this business our way. Ever since then, I don't see things the same way again, and I don't think the same way again, and I don't do things the same way. Dana, I am blessed. Ever since then, I've been looking at my future, brighter things that I can never imagine. Dana, I am blessed. So I bless, I play with everybody out there. Please look at all these beautiful faces. Do they look haggard? Are they looking like people that are suffering? Are they looking like people that are not, that are lying? Look at them. They are mothers, they are wives. We are all in our home, even to the glory of God. Look, doctors in our midst. What do you think we are doing? Is it a joke? No. We are into a good, reasonable business. Please join us, and you never regret you did. Thank you, Dana, because if I continue, I can continue to tomorrow, but I am blessed and I will never go back. Thank you. Over to you, Dana.
Thank you, Allah. What an amazing way to start our live today for 55 minutes. And definitely, I can see how your confidence changed, Ola, and how you could talk about this business and how you see it as a blessing for God, same as your little one. So appreciate you sharing your story with us. And for everyone watching, I want to leave you with one final thought. 1 year from today, you'll be 1 year older. That's for sure. The only question is you'll be also maybe 1 year closer to the life that you want to live, the life that maybe you are dreaming about, or you'll still be waiting for the perfect time that we know now will never arrive. So if you are curious, if you want to learn how to start, we are here to help you. Reach out to any of us. We'll share with you what the next steps are, and we'll wait for you to join us and share your story maybe on our next live. Until then, thank you, everyone. Thank you, beautiful ladies. Have an amazing rest of
Thank you,
Sunday.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye all.